everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Deidre, licensed therapist and pastor, and today we want to plunge into the topic of needing approval. I know that many people find themselves feeling sometimes crippled and feeling completely debilitated and cannot move and function unless they have something that they're doing or thinking or something that they want to even try be approved of. And the truth is, we're not going to always have the approval of others. But that hurts sometimes, and it's really difficult to move forward when you do not have the approval of the people that you care about. Now, there are huge things in life that we think about and we're just like, man, I need the approval of my family, my loved ones. You know, if I'm going to be dating someone, if I'm going to marry someone, I want to know that I have the approval of these people. If I'm taking a job, if I'm thinking about moving clear across the country, you know, these kind of things we think about. But what about those small everyday things? And even for the big things and for the small things, how comfortable are we accepting the fact that there are things that we can do, there are decisions that we can make, big or small, that sometimes just come without approval. It may not come with disapproval, but it does not come with the explicit words of, yes, I think you're doing the right thing, or yes, this is good. Some of the things that I think about that make the need for approval challenging is it puts you in a position where you distrust yourself and where you do not build up enough confidence to do something without someone putting their stamp on it. And I think definitely as we grow, sometimes we were not given the opportunity to make small decisions and to see the effects of those decisions. I know for a lot of children, they're given all their things that they have to do. They're told everything, step 1, 2, 3, 4. But what about if we gave children the opportunity to say, hey, you know what do you think about this? Well, mommy, daddy, what can I do? Well, what do you think about this? Mommy, dad, do you like my hair? What do you think about your hair? And it's not to say that you can never affirm and validate and you know, and give positive feedback, but it's to give children, because I really do think that this starts a lot in childhood, giving children the opportunity to first test and gauge how they feel about what they want to do and what they're thinking about doing before you give your stamp of approval or disapproval. Let them get into the habit of practicing and building those muscles of, I want to play for 5 minutes, but I know that I have to do homework. Is this a good decision or not? Is this a good idea or not? And let them practice getting into the habit of making those choices for themselves. I think as we grow and we're able to see, I made this choice, it was a good choice, or I made this choice and it was a bad choice, I know for future reference, I can make these other decisions and I can trust myself. So definitely, I think, yes, we may have challenges with approval as we get older because we just didn't get a chance to build those muscles, but it is not too late. Some of the things that make some of the reasons why we also tend to need approval, aside from, you know, maybe how we were raised and just not building those muscles. I think sometimes maybe you're around someone who is very strong, very opinionated, who has a lot of great input, and you tend to lean in to their wisdom, to their guidance, to their counsel, because you trust their approach better than yours, or, you know, or more than yours, or you have confidence in them more than you have in yourself. And I am 100% all for seeking wisdom, getting guidance, getting the opinion of others. I think there comes a point, however, where you and I should be able to say, I can take this opinion, I can take this wisdom, I can take this guidance, and I can use it as a combination to what I am already thinking and feeling. And I can say, how does this support where I'm headed? And how does this support what I already want to do? But I think it's important that you come to the table with, this is what I want, this is what I need, and to be able to know and own it and be okay that this is what you want and this is what you need. Because the truth is, there are people around you who God has placed in your path and in your way that can be a blessing and to offer that guidance. But I think it's important for you to already come to the table with a great measure of confidence in yourself and in your ability to make good decisions for yourself. I think one of the other things that becomes challenging is that one of the reasons why you continue to seek approval is because sometimes you fear the backlash. When I made these choices, when I made these decisions, whether big or small, I didn't like the response I got. I was met with disapproval. I didn't like the facial expressions. I didn't like the comments. I didn't like the, the little sideways of knowing that they're not happy, but they don't really want to say that they're not happy. And I just don't want to deal with the emotional consequence of not doing something that you would prefer. My goodness, that's huge. For a lot of people, that's where they are. It's not that they don't trust themselves. It's not that they don't feel confident in their abilities or in their opinion or way of seeing things. But a lot of it is just like, oh my word, how did this person respond? Or how do these people respond when I don't do it their way? When I don't take what they say? And so for those of us who have the pleasure of being sought for guidance and for wisdom and for a certain input, it's important for us to not put what we want on someone else. It's important to ask, how do you see it? How do you see this as a benefit to you? In what way do you feel like this can enhance your life, enhance your experience? Let's talk about what you want, because it's not about me. It's okay to say that to someone. This is not about me. I want to help you get to the place where you ultimately need to be, and that's what's going to be best for your life. But please do not make people feel like when they don't do it your way, you're going to be pouting, you're going to be throwing a tantrum. Even adults, yes, we do that. Let's not make people feel guilty and bad because they didn't do it our way. Our way is not the only way, but we can really make people distrust and really lack, or we can really make people feel that they should not move forward with what they were thinking because of how we respond and because of how strong we share what we think they should do. Another thing is, at the end of the day, approval is something that probably everyone, well, maybe not everyone, because there's some of you that just don't care about the approval of others. But for those of you that do, learn to trust yourself. And for those of you who are spiritually inclined, learn to trust that God is going to guide you, give you wisdom and discernment. And you can pray for that wisdom and guidance and discernment. And you can ask God to send people in your way to confirm what you feel that you need to do and to also give you some insight in what you should do. But first and foremost, know that you are able to make good choices. Know that you are able to advocate for your needs and for your desires. And it is not going to always be met for approval. I think it is high time for you to get comfortable knowing that you're going to make some moves. They're great moves. They're great decisions and choices. But based on other people's way of doing things, based on what they think their timing should be, based on how they navigate the world, they may see what you're doing as very silly and ridiculous. But guess what? It could very well be exactly what you need to do. So the next time you feel tempted to not make a great move or not pursue something that you know you need and desire, ask yourself, how much of this is me being able to move forward without their approval and be okay? And how much of this is I cannot make a move until I get their approval? We're on a journey, you guys. Keep on growing. You know what to do. We'll see you next time. Give yourself some grace.